I'm going to walk you through setting up your new account in Kartra 7.0. When you first sign up, you selected your username. You may have imported a starter campaign, and that's fine. If you've skipped that part, that's okay too. You can come back to it. I'm going to walk you through the settings that you're going to need to make sure that you are set up for success and ready to actually use Kartra. So when you log in, the first thing you're going to see is your dashboard. It's going to show you your sales for the last 7 days, your subscriptions for the last 7 days, recent broadcasts and your analytics, recent traffic for your most visited pages, help desk tickets, and any upcoming calendar events if you use the Kartra calendar. We're going to go up to the top right little bubble. If you've uploaded your picture, which I'll show you where you can do that, you'll see that. If not, you'll see the little icon, but this is your profile. When I say go to your profile in the top right, that's what I'm referring to, and then there will be a drop-down menu. The dashboard is what we're on right now, and we're going to click into profile next. Okay, so in this area of your profile, here's your username. This is what you've selected when you first signed up. While you can change this, please note that this is not something we want to do often or at all if possible. So if your username is something that you can live with for the long term, then that's great. If not, make a change now so that you don't have to change it later on. So you can see mine is Danielle Doucette. That means no matter what direction my business goes, if I pivot, if I change my brand name, I don't have to change my username in here. It supports really anything that I'm going to be doing. That's the kind of username you want here. You don't want it to be a brand name that you might change a year down the line, because even though now you have the ability to change your username, it will change and affect all of your links. And if you've built out a lot of things, let's just say that can be a real pain. So make sure that your name that you have right now is something for the long haul. Okay, you can also change your password. You'll have a security question to put in here. You can upload your image here for your profile, and you want to turn on your multi-factor authentication. You have the ability to use email, where you'll get an email with a code, or to use an authenticator app. I do recommend setting up the app. That way you don't have to wait for an email to come through. You could be sitting there and waiting for that email to arrive. It could get lost along the way to your inbox. With an authenticator app, you always have that code as long as you have your app open. And it's a little more secure because you have to have your app on your phone with you in order to be able to put that code in. Your contact details in this page are what will be shown in the footer of your emails. So if you signed up with your home address and you'd rather switch to a business address, or if you don't have a business address and you don't want to use your home address, you can go ahead and get a virtual business address or a post office box, or do whatever you need to there. But know that that information is required to be there and will be in the footer of your emails. You want to upload a business logo. It should be a rectangular version. Don't upload a square or a circle. The dimensions here recommended are 250 by 50 with a transparent background. I recommend creating it at 2500 by 500 so that it's a nice big canvas that you have to work on. You'll download it and Kartra will resize it down to the smaller version, but that way you get a crisp, clear version of your logo and not a tiny image that's going to be fuzzy and not really clear. Next up in the drop down is going to be team members. In the team members section here, we're able to create member roles and then create team members that have a member role. This is going to be the way that you're going to let other people access your account. You never want to share your own login info with someone else. So be sure to come in here and create a member role and then create a team member account having that role. The next tab under that is going to be billing. This is where you can check when your next bill is coming. You can switch from monthly to annual. You can upgrade or downgrade your account. The next drop down option is agency. That's going to be if you are running or managing other people's Kartra accounts. And the affiliate section is where you'll manage being an affiliate for other Kartra users. So this would mean if you become an affiliate for someone who manages their products, who sells their products through Kartra, then this is where you'll manage that affiliate stuff. So that means you are able to come in here to get your links, set up your PayPal account, and check your analytics. So now we're going to go to our settings over in the bottom left. The first drop down is account settings. Let's go there. In this first section, we're able to set our currency, our time zone, our time format, and switch the theme from light to dark. In the second box, we have our GDPR and CCPA settings. You are able to deactivate GDPR and CCPA if you'd like to. You're also able to turn off the forcing mandatory for the 2 checkboxes for GDPR. Here's the GDPR terms agreement clause. It's written the way that it should be. You probably don't want to make any changes here. And here is the cookie banner that you can turn off if you wanted to. You can also link to your own privacy policy if you want to switch that out from Kartra's. By default, this is on, and the settings are in the default of the most. Here you can change your front end page language to dynamic if you'd like, or a fixed language. And in your AI business settings here, you can tell Kartra AI a little bit about your business to help it create more custom answers when you're using it on your pages or in your emails. In email notifications, we have 3 tabs: to your contacts, to your affiliates, and to your team. The first tab is to your contacts. These are actually the emails that go out by default when certain specific actions take place. What I recommend is that you go through each one of these emails and you click the pencil to update and customize. A lot of these by default are written very poorly. Sometimes instead of first name, they have dear user, dear customer. The subject lines are kind of bland, and they have none of your branding or your personality. So I do recommend that you come in and edit them. You can see these are for when someone's forgotten their password, when someone submitted a ticket. I have the 7-day pre-bill notification turned on so that members of my membership and people on payment plans get a notification before their next bill is coming up. You can see that there's the rebill when their payment fails. You can also see that I have some of these turned off because I'm not using them. I don't use the Kartra calendar, so I have those turned off. And some of these you can turn off here because you actually customize them within the event, like your webinar reminders and things like that. The next one is to your affiliates. These are the emails that will go out to your affiliates if you set up your own affiliate program through Kartra so that someone can apply to be your affiliate, promote your offers, and earn a commission when they refer a sale to you. And then the last tab is to your team. These are the emails that are sent to you by default at the email address that you've used when you signed up for Kartra or in your profile, whatever you have set there. You can also turn these on to be sent to a team member in addition or instead of sending to you. You can go through these, and I recommend you turn on any of the ones that you want to make sure you're receiving. One of them that's turned off by default that I recommend you turn on is lead fills in an opt-in form. So Almost all of my students and clients are at the point in their business where they'd like to know every time someone fills in one of their forms. So I highly recommend you come in and turn this one on. I've actually even edited mine so that it has a little more personality. I've added this fun little GIF in here so that when these pop up in my inbox, I can do a little celebration there. Next up is your integrations tab. There are going to be two very important integrations that you need to have. And the first one is your email integration. The second one is your payment gateways. So most of you will be using Kartra Mail as your email gateway. All you need to do here is for Kartra Mail, click the three dots and edit. You're going to make sure that the sender name is the name that you want people to see in the inbox when you send them an email. So this should be the name that they recognize and are looking out for when they see your email pop up. And the send from and reply to email that you want to be associated with the emails you're sending through Kartra. We can't send email using a free email address like at gmail.com. We do need to have an email address with hosting set up at a domain that we own. When you first change this, you may see an error message pop up. That means that you haven't authenticated the email with DKIM. I am going to show you where you can set that up to make sure that error message goes away and you are good to go for sending email. The next integration that you're going to want to add is a payment provider. Kartra offers PayPal, Stripe, AuthorizeNet, Braintree, and Square. I recommend PayPal and Stripe, but you're going to go ahead and set up whichever of these you want to use. If you prefer to use your own email gateway, you can do so here. If you'd like to send SMS messages, Kartra integrates with Twilio, Plivo, and Vonage. If you're going to use your Kartra calendar for scheduling, you're going to want to integrate with your Google Calendar. And if you're going to use your Kartra calendar to schedule meetings, and you'd like those meetings to be through Google Meet or Zoom, you can integrate with those here. For any of the integrations, you're going to click on technical documentation and then go through the steps. If you need help with this, you can book a one-to-one session with me and I will take care of all of that for you. The next tab is domains, and here is where we're going to set up your custom domain and your DKIM for your email authentication. So for domains, we have the ability to integrate a custom domain that we own. If you're going to use that domain primarily with Kartra, you're going to do the main domain, which is where it'll say www. And for some of you, you already have another website on your domain, so you'll use a subdomain with Kartra, like you can see here is work with. And then for your email authentication, you need to set up DNS records that authenticates giving permission to Kartra to send email on your behalf. So my email address is hello@danielledoucette.com. So I have set up the DKIM records for danielledoucette.com. You're going to go ahead and click on the plus DKIM up here, type in that domain name, and then follow the instructions to add those free CNAME records to your DNS. If you need help with that, again, these are things that you can book a one-to-one session with me, and I'm happy to set them up for you so that you don't have to mess around in too much of the techie stuff. Once you've set up those things, you are ready to get into your account and start building out your first funnel. Congratulations, you've done it.